Hi Aquarius, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aquarius, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So I am actually happy to see the death card here. Let me tell you why. So as many of you know, I am an Aquarius as well. So I always pay attention to this reading because it's speaking to me as well. There's been so many things as well. Like I'm kind of like, oh, I wonder if I'll be all right with that. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not getting past this either. One of them, I made a prediction last month about a piece of tech breaking down. My watch, it broke. So there was that. There's a whole bunch of other stuff as well that I predicted that I was like, yeah, you know, I'm subject to these things just as everybody else. The reason I like the death card here as the key to the week, although the 23rd is 2 days after the Aquarius new moon, this is a reset for us. If you haven't seen it, please check out the weekly general this week. I think there'll be some really good information in there for you, specifically those of you that have strong Aquarius placements. The fact that we've got the death card as the key to the week though, this feels to me like this is the death of the old self. This is the death of the part of you or the version of you that you kind of were like, what happened to me? Where did the me go? You know, like, and this isn't in like a me kind of way. It's like, I was saying this to a really good friend just recently and we talked about it and we said like, I just getting back to really feeling like myself, which is, really can't wait for Saturn to move into Pisces. I think that's going to be a game changer for all the Aquarians. So this death card here, it does suggest that in all of these different sectors of our lives this week, something is coming to its natural close, end or completion, which is great. But more importantly, that version of you that you didn't really recognize anymore is going away. Now, yes, the new moon was two days ago at the start of this week, but it's still active. That energy is still out there. And so I'm really here for this because that for me feels like we're letting go of or releasing that version of us that just doesn't serve. All right. For our actions and options, we have the King of Wands, right? So I mean, look at this. Are you ready to be seen, dear Aquarius? Are you ready to get out there? Are you ready to start sharing more of who you are? Are you ready to stop compromising, censoring or editing yourself based on what you think other people are thinking about you or are, you know, going to care about or what they're going to say, whatever? Fuck them. Quite frankly, right? We are Aquarians. We don't really care what other people think. We're too busy doing our futuristic quirkiness, right? All jokes aside, the King of Wands is an actions energy. This is you full steam ahead. This is you not holding back. With the death card as the key to the week, what this also suggests is you're letting go of a persona. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing sparks or flashes in the corner of my eye. You're letting go of the way that other people perceive you. Right, so some version of who you are and how you present to the world is being retired. Whether people like it or not, or they buy into it, that's none of your business. What is your business is to do you, boo. All right, for your communications and conversations, you've got the Knight of Cups. Beautiful. For those of you that have children, and specifically for those of you that have Scorpio teenagers, this week they may require your input with something and they might present you with a task of some sort. So let's say, you know, you've got a Scorpio kid, sun, moon or ascendant or strong Scorpio placements, etc. Specifically a teenager, maybe they come to you and say, look, you know what? I am ready to, oh gosh, I don't even know. I just want to think of something. You know what? I'm ready to start thinking about my future plans for education. Or I want to start thinking about, you know, my life after I move out from here. or I want to start thinking about, you know, maybe taking the plunge and, you know, doing the dirty with my significant other. There's, whatever it is, however they present you with the challenge that they're going to present you with this week, you're being invited to collaborate with your kid rather than tell them what to do. For those of you that have children that are younger than that, they might present you with something that has you kind of go, okay, nothing in the wheelhouse for this, not sure where to go with it, but we're going to find a way through it, right? I love this, and I mean, gosh, I wish I had an Aquarian parent. I wish I had an Aquarian parent, because it would have been the shit. Right, for those of you that are out there that have children, your children are very lucky. They really, really are. All jokes aside, with the Knight of Cups, in terms of your communications, for some of you, this could be retiring or releasing offers. For others, this might be you taking an offer off the table. All right, so nothing wrong with that. It just means that there's something better on. Remember as well, as of this week, all planets are direct. The new moon energy is kind of done, so the dark moon is done. We're now starting to see the first sliver of the light. So this is the time to start moving forward. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this week, I almost feel like maybe something that you've handed in is kind of rejected. The fact that you got it in on time is okay. Now, I know you're probably thinking, yeah, but we've had it rejected, Raf. That's fine. You've got it in on time. If they reject it, it just means that you can go back in and do it a different way. All right. So it's kind of like by handing it in, even if it's not perfect, you've bought yourself some time. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, when it comes to this, it's not that a job is ending, but your current duty or your current skill set has taken you at this point. You're having a realization that your current skill set has taken you as far as it's going to. This is going to create one of two options. Either you find a new job or you get back to training and you start to brush up your skills. This could be a conversation that is had with a boss or a superior. I wouldn't be surprised if they come to you and offer you some kind of training, which is great. Especially, like, listen, if you can get trained on the job and get paid for it, like, you're laughing, okay? If only we realize this as young people. What I will say to you though, look at what the clauses are, because you know, like here, like, the only one that really always sticks out to my mind is if you work for the NHS here in the UK and you train to work with them, you're locked in for 5 years on that. So once they've paid for your training, if you leave within 5 years, which is the time that they feel that you've paid back your service, you have to pay for the education. So just look at the fine print for the get out clause. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, I really like this for you, helping somebody else change, adapt or adjust their image. So you could be playing like a bit of a supportive role, kind of like a fairy godmother, father person type energy. For your love and relations, you've got the Justice card. It's an interesting card here. For those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, especially if you've had problems or issues in the relationship, this is conflict resolution, right? This is you and your significant other. You've talked it out. You've had a heart-to-heart. The King of Wands with the Justice card, you are invested, so you're not going anywhere. Your partner's not going anywhere. So this is you kind of, I almost feel like this is you starting again, where it's kind of like you're saying, okay, that version of us, we chuck it in the fuck it bucket and it's done. We're going forward from here, and this is what it looks like as a collective. For those of you that are single, are you ready to let go of singledom? Because it looks like you might be. Finally, somebody wants Rafi for your money and materials. You've got that 8 of Pentacles. So in terms of money this week, it's staying the same. There's no big gains. I mean, well, no, actually there is potentially. But the gains that you have this week, they do come with a lot of extra work. So as long as you're prepared for that and you're aware of it, it's not going to be a problem or an issue. Okay, so I actually kind of like that. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is your digestive system. For some of you, it looks like you're about to make a solid cut from your diet. So something that, this is like you cutting something out. Maybe you're turning vegan, maybe you're stopping eating sugar, maybe you're quitting alcohol, whatever it is. There's something that you're retiring from your diet here. And I know this to be specifically diet because it's the Eight of Pentacles, which is Virgo ruled. And so therefore we're talking about your digestive system. So this is you, the Death card, removing something from your digestive system. When it comes to your home and environment, the Eight of Pentacles, especially with the Knight of Cups, this could be an offer or even an opportunity that comes around the profession, but it comes through the home. So usually when I see this kind of things for clients, it's, you know, maybe they have people over for dinner and they get talking, and before you know it, some kind of, you know, hashing out of a deal has been made. So, you know, that could be really, really nice. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.